Everything in life is on some kind of scale between fear and love, period. Fear is the ultimate thing that holds us back. Love is the ultimate thing that keeps us going forward. Hey there, fellow rebels. Welcome to #ActuallyICan, the podcast where we say a hearty hell yes to designing life on our own terms. I'm Katy Ripp, a lifestyle coach, business mentor, and serial entrepreneur, here to guide you through the wild ride of defying what society expects of us and embracing our authenticity. On this show, we dive deep into taboo topics like death, money, spirituality, entrepreneurship, unapologetic self-care, and personal development, all while swearing and laughing along the way. Expect down and dirty conversations, plenty of humor, and a whole lot of exploration, leaving you feeling empowered to be your truest self. Whether you're craving a good laugh, seeking unconventional self-care tips, or simply looking for some camaraderie, you've come to the right place. We only get this one short life, so buckle up and let's design yours on our own terms. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Hey there. Welcome back to Dear Katy.
Your shoes are cute too.
Janna and I are here talking about our shoes. These are Stitch Fix. My whole world is Stitch Fix,
I know,
actually.
it works for you. I love it.
Yeah, actually, my whole outfit right now is from Amazon. But I love Stitch Fix.
Yes.
I love everything about it. I've had it for years. I tried it for a while, and then I was like, this is not working, right? They were sending me stupid blouses that made me look like 82. Right?
Right.
It was just not good, and nothing really fit right. And then I tried again, and I kept everything on the first box. I was like, oh, this person sees me. And now I love it. Every single thing I get, I just kept it into, my shoes are from Stitch Fix. Every single thing I get almost, I keep.
That's impressive. They probably are looking at what you've previously kept.
Oh, yeah. It's just an algorithm.
Trying
right? Those aren't real people.
Or maybe you've toned in your description. I'm always looking for work appropriate things, but I struggle because I still like to have an edge in my workwear.
Yeah. Can you wear jeans?
Well, I did today.
Okay.
Because it's
you look so cute
Friday.
Today.
Thank you.
Oh, because it's Friday jeans
It's Friday, and I was literally the only person on my floor because it's...
So nobody was telling you couldn't wear jeans?
I mean, nobody tells me ever, but it's just kind of not... It's frowned upon, it seems, in my department. Nobody wears denim, which is just a sad...
state of affairs.
I just love denim. It's just
I've gotten into denim in the last 3 years, I would say, because I lived in yoga pants.
Yeah.
I mean, lived. And then I was I started feeling better about my body. And then I was once I started feeling better, I was I kind of want to dress it, right? Throw a little lipstick on. And then it got to a point where I was still just kind of wearing a uniform every day of hoodies and yoga pants and whatever, athleisure.
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 That's right.
Yes, I was wearing that every day. And then I was I should probably try to make myself up a little bit. And so now I've gotten into a little bit more.
Yeah, you look adorable. Every time I see you, you look great.
Thanks. I mean, I look up to you for my fashion, so.
Oh, thank you.
I really do.
Thanks.
I really do. I think you have a great fashion style. You always have, though. Always.
Thanks.
Always.
Well, if I could wear denim every day, that would be the happiest.
I mean, there was maybe a windsuit in there that maybe in 7th grade it was not great.
Oh my gosh. Thanks. Or my hippie years. Those are ones
I know, but you still made hippie look good.
Oh,
you were committed to hippie at least.
Yeah, some of my very good friends call my stages Barbie. I was a Barbie before Barbie became this generation of I went through cheerleader Barbie. Then I was hippie Barbie.
Hippie Barbie, yeah.
I did hippie Barbie for a long time. And then I was...
How long do you think you were in hippie Barbie?
I think 5 years, all through high school and maybe the next year after. And then I became mountain guide Barbie when I moved out west.
Yeah.
Then I moved home, and then I was biker Barbie.
For a while, yep, for sure.
Teacher Barbie. And then from then on, I've been mom Barbie. Oh, I was a librarian Barbie. That one's sexy.
Yeah, but still sexy,
sexy
edgy librarian. Yeah.
So the stages of
this stage fits you the best, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
the denim,
the edgy.
I went to get new denim the other day because I have an embarrassing amount of denim, and I always want kind of we were talking in a different Dear Katy about validation. I opened the curtain because it was a pair that it's not typically my style. And it was a younger woman. It was at Madewell, which I love their denim if you haven't tried their denim. And she's like, you look snatched. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Okay, thank you very much.
What kind of denim?
They're kind of like the ones you're wearing today. They were high waist, curvy, and then they were wide leg crop. But it was just the way getting the curvy was significant because I have a large rump and my waist is smaller than my butt. And it like snatched it in. And like
I love it.
Yes, it was amazing. So I left there. I texted my cousins the link to get these denim. And I said,
everybody needs these.
I wrote, you all need to be snatched.
Snatched up. Oh my God, that's so funny. Because snatched means a very different thing in my world, right?
100%. I won't give you the story, but yes, when we were younger.
In the end, we're probably like, that's not what snatch means.
Exactly. 20 years ago, that is not what it meant. Even 7 days before I went to Madewell, it was not what it meant.
But now we're embracing snatched.
Yeah, so there we go.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yes, I actually texted Janna right before I left for the Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks concert because I got a pair of wide leg jeans.
They're so good.
In my Amazon box. And I like them. They fit good. I think that they're wrong for me.
They're not. They're perfect.
Well,
they're
thank
so
you.
cute.
I walked out and I told my sister, she's like, oh, those are different jeans for you, which, whatever. And I was like, yeah, nobody complimented me at work today. So I kind of feel, because usually they do, right? Like I walk in every day and they're like, oh, is that from Stitch Fix? It's so cute.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a Stitch Fix junkie. And I usually get a compliment or two on something. And I didn't. The day I walked in, I was like, this is probably not a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm glad you did it. I think they're great.
Thank you.
I'm here for it.
Dear Katy, here we go.
All
Janna's
right.
got it. We have not read this one yet, right?
No,
you haven't.
Going in blind here. I have always dreamed of opening a cozy bookstore cafe, a place where people can escape into books while enjoying a cup of coffee. I have a vision for creating a community space, but I'm terrified of failing. What if no one comes? What if I can't handle the business side? This fear keeps me stuck in my unfulfilling job. How can I overcome this fear and bring my dream to life? Warmly, Dreamer in Doubt. Oh, I love it.
Dreamer in Doubt. Oh, this is my jam.
Yes. This is you. Not you, but
No, I didn't write it.
But I'm saying this is businessy.
But it also is you because it's stuck.
Yeah, you stay at the job that sucks your soul. I know that life. Is there a way for our listener to do an and instead of an or? So, potentially stay at your unfulfilling job just until you feel confident enough to leave and find a space to open. You can take steps. You don't have to open the grandiose.
Yeah, you don't have to leave your
bookstore.
job in order to start.
Yeah. Or grow it. So maybe somewhere smaller and then grow into something bigger. And is there a need?
The fear of failure here is the question, right?
What if no one comes?
Well, first of all,
what if I can't handle the business side? How can I overcome the fear? Yeah. From bringing my dream to life. And I think you're good at talking about fear.
Right. Because that is the thing that holds us all back, period. So everything in life is on some kind of scale between fear and love, period. Fear is the ultimate thing that holds us back. Love is the ultimate thing that keeps us going forward. And lots of people have fear of love. So that's a real problem. But what is the fear of? You have to figure out what the fear is. So is the fear of failure? Okay, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? That's what I always go. When people say, I'm going to fail, right? What's the...
go into debt?
Yeah, what's the fear? So I've done this a couple of times with speaking engagements. One of the speaking engagements I had was 75 women. It was amazing. And I said, what's everybody's biggest fear? And it was to a bunch of entrepreneurs or people that wanted to start something. And I said, well, what's everybody, like somebody yell out their biggest fear. She said, failure. And I said, okay, what are you scared of? Well, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Like, what will happen if it doesn't work? And what does that mean? What does it mean when it doesn't work? So let's say you put $50,000 into a new business. That sounds like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money to a lot of people. But in business world, $50,000 isn't that much money. But let's say you put $50,000 of your own money in, you start it, and it fails. Well, first of all, usually it won't fail in the first 6 months, right? Like you're going to put all of your energy and time and money into it. But let's say it does fail and you lose all your money. And then you don't go get a job. You just lay in bed because you're so depressed from the failure that you just lay in bed. You don't do anything else. And the bank comes and takes your house. And the bank takes your house and now you're homeless, right? And because you haven't gone out and gotten another job, your husband or spouse or whoever you depend on for the other source of your income hasn't done anything either. Like you're both just like laying around sad that you've failed at this job. The bank has taken your house and now you have nowhere to live. And let's say you've got a couple of kids in tow. So now nobody's working and you're like sitting on the side of the road in a box and you are homeless. That's the fear. Like that's the fear. People think that they're going to go straight from opening a business to living in a cardboard box.
Yes, I see that.
Is that fucking reality?
No.
Are your parents going to let you go into a cardboard box with their grandkids?
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't let you do that. Do you have friends that would let you and your husband and your son and all your kids go and your 2 dogs live on the side of the road? Like be at a stoplight asking for money?
No.
Right. So like we have to remember that we've cultivated enough relationships over our lifetime. And if we're good people, which most of us are, if we're good people and we've cultivated relationships, they might say, I told you so, but they're not going to let you die on the side of the road and let your kids starve to death.
Mm-hmm.
And what I said to this group of 75 women is look to your left and look to your right. Are you going to let that person and their family die on the side of the road? No, you're going to figure out a way to take them in. So what we do is we jump from the fear of failing to I'm going to die because of this, or I'm going to be broke and homeless.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the fear. The fear is likely the judgment that if you don't make it, somebody's going to say, I told you so. Somebody's going to say, I found you out. Somebody's going to say, you tried and it did not work. You didn't have it. You didn't have the skills. You didn't try hard enough. You didn't they're going to push all those buttons that you're already pushing on yourself. And in reality, nobody's actually going to say it to your face.
Right.
They might say it behind your back because they don't have the balls to say it to your face. Or they might go behind a keyboard and say it. But as long as you're living in your truth and you're doing the thing that you set yourself up to do and you are aligned with your values, there's no failing. And I have failed. I can't even tell you how many things I've tried and failed at. And everything I failed at, I've learned something from. Every single time I tried to quit drinking, I learned something. Every single business I've tried to open and didn't work, I learned something about myself, about that thing. So really diving and pulling back the layers of what are you actually scared of? Because the thing we're actually scared of is not usually the thing that's going to happen.
Right. That's a great point.
Hello, my friends. It's Katy here. If you're feeling stuck or searching for more purpose in your life, I have something special for you. My new book, Midlife on Purpose, is out now. It's all about embracing midlife as a time for growth, joy, and living authentically. Packed with worksheets, tools, reflections, and trackers, this workbook is your guide to rediscovering your passions and creating a life you love. Whether you're navigating career changes, personal challenges, or simply seeking more fulfillment, Midlife on Purpose will inspire you to live boldly and with intention. Get your copy today and start your journey to a more purposeful life. Available at katyrip.com and Amazon.
I also think that more urgently, our dreamer in doubt could just start putting pen to paper.
Yes.
Get it out there.
Yeah.
how much would it cost? Get the real numbers on there before you even doubt yourself.
Yeah.
Let's like put some things down. How much is it for a coffee machine? How much do you need to live off? Like you've said that to me before when I've been in misery at my job. What do you need to survive?
Yeah, like
start at the bottom and work your way up.
Yeah, I need to make $100,000 a year. How much do you actually need? Because I think we also have these numbers in our head that we don't have the bills to back up. We think we owe this much, but then you're like, oh, actually, I don't owe that much, or I don't need that, or whatever it is. The other thing is we're sitting in your, let's say it's a corporate job, right? Like sitting in your soul-sucking job and you want to leave it so bad. You have to like look to see if you just want to leave your job or you really want to open the coffee shop. Like, is the coffee shop just an escape?
A cozy bookstore cafe.
Oh, I'm sorry. A cozy bookstore cafe.
I mean, I love that idea. Could use some donuts because there's just a lack of...
There is a lack of good donuts around here for sure.
So that's my one...
There's no Scott's pastry.
Oh.
Scott's pastry.
Scott's. Sometimes when you live with a good thing and it's gone, you're like, never again. Scott's pastry. My favorite.
I mean, I still have I can still smell that place. Speaking of smell.
God. Sorry, Dreamer and Doubt. We've gone to the donut side of things. But,
Dreamer and Doubt with donuts.
But I do think writing things down and just seeing what would your dream cost, first of all. Where would you have your dream? Is there a need for a bookstore cafe?
Yeah. I mean, also, like the reality of opening a business is not all it's cracked up to be. I own a coffee shop, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not just like sitting around drinking coffee, reading books.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole side of business ownership that looks really romantic when you're in a shitty job. That's not super romantic when you get into it.
Right.
It's just not the same as what people think it is.
Right. If you're looking for a bookstore cafe for you to relax in, it's not the one that's you're going to own.
100,000%.
So if you are a lover of a bookstore cafe, maybe just find one.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the importance and the attraction of creating community spaces because that's what I love to do is like create the spaces. Creating the spaces is different than providing the space to a community, right? Like creating it is different than providing it. And I didn't know that until I got into it. Mm-hmm. I still love to create them and I still love to have them, but they're two very different parts of my brain that light up when we do things around that. And I'm really good at one of them and not so great at the other one. And so I have staff to do that, right? Like, I don't know, I could go really down a rabbit hole on this one.
So just a few other things. So I said maybe putting pen to paper. Do you have any other things this person could do to help them get started?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like step by step.
Like, do you think having a life coach would be a good idea?
Oh, yeah, I'd be happy to help.
Or maybe start networking.
Yes. Like, also take a class. You can be in your soul-sucking job and also take a night class.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You can do a lot of research on the internet. You can start an LLC. You can start a website. You can start designing your website. You can talk to the bank. You can get, whatever it is. There are so many steps. The issue is that we stop ourselves from even trying.
Yeah.
Because we're so scared we're going to fail. Mm-hmm. And there are so many steps from being at your soul-sucking job to failing at a coffee shop.
Yeah. Or being successful.
But in her, the fear of that, there are 100 steps. And to be honest, businesses sometimes fail because people don't believe they can do it. Yes, there are economy issues. There are lots of things around it, but sometimes people just don't believe it. They don't believe that they can do it. And so getting some coaching before then, getting rid of that fear, figuring out what the fear is, because that fear is going to follow you along like a little shadow until you figure it out.
Yeah. And months ago, you had an event here that was for business owners or people looking to start a business. Mm-hmm. And there was probably the same amount of people that were wanting to start something that were here and owned a business.
Yeah.
So for the listener, maybe, find an outlet, go on Meetup. I was just looking on my phone. I have this app called Meetup. I don't know if you've
never even heard of it.
Yes, and you can find groups of people in and around your area that are kind of have the same. It's a networking app.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
How do I not know this?
I just learned about it.
What were you looking up?
My friend who is a LinkedIn coach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She was doing an event. So that's why I initially uploaded it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Or downloaded it. I don't know. I'm
too old.
Whatever they say.
Up with your down or down with your up.
I installed it on my phone. But
do you know what? So Janna and I were laughing. This was a while ago. Actually, this was the first intro podcast that we had that I never recorded. I hit record, but we didn't have the microphones plugged in correctly. So we did an entire episode and it didn't work. But that's who I am. And we were talking about creating an OnlyFans page. Right? Like, I don't know anything about OnlyFans. Like, I only hear it in jokes, right? And like memes and stuff. But then we were talking because we have alpacas, right? And I was talking because somebody asked me, like, what are you going to do with the wool? Because they're getting shorn tomorrow. Sheared, shorn, whatever. And they're like, well, what do you do with the wool? And I said, well, I'm not really sure. Like, we still have the garbage bags from last year when we got them done. Of course, they're just sitting there. We don't really know what we're going to do with them. But you can like ship them off and they clean them and send you the yarn back and whatever. And I said, wouldn't it be funny if we just had like an OnlyFans page of Dale in his underwear and a cowboy hat spinning wool? I would totally pay to watch that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Somebody else out there would pay to watch that.
Yeah. I mean, they might even pay to watch him shear the alpacas.
And like assless chaps.
Yes, please. With country music playing.
See, people I know would watch it. They would pay for it.
Yep.
So it's fine.
That's amazing.
Okay, well, dreamer in doubt, you can certainly reach out to me.
But also maybe, connect with some other people that are looking to start a business.
Yeah. Right. Wherever you are in the world, there are people out there also thinking about opening coffee shops and other businesses, brick and mortar places. And there's lots of like female entrepreneur groups and this sounds like a little bit more like we got to take a first step.
Yeah. Overcome the fear.
Yeah. Just like take a step. Action is the best way to get out of fear. Take some action.
Ooh, that's good.
That was a good one. Thank you. And that's a wrap on today's episode. I hope you enjoyed diving deep into the world of living authentically with me. Before you go, don't forget to connect with me on Instagram. Shoot me a message at Katy Rip. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode and connect with you further. And remember, if you want more details on today's episode or just want to explore more about designing your life unapologetically, head on over to my website at katyrip.com. There, you'll find all the juicy details and resources you need to keep the inspiration flowing. Lastly, if you'd like to join me on the show, whether it's to tell about your experience of designing your own life, to share your expertise, or if you'd like to participate in lifestyle coaching live on air, don't hesitate to reach out. Your story could inspire countless others on their own path to living authentically. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep living boldly, designing your life, and remember, #ActuallyICan.